Today we're going to honor a true American hero in Sidney Rigoff. But before we get started, we'd like to have a quick moment of silence for those serving, veterans, men still overseas, and service members we lost throughout the years. Next, we're going to have Olivia Frenny come sing with the national anthem for us. So if everyone, if you're able to, please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were still gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very good.
Wow. Was that awesome or what? Every time I hear that song, it gives me the chills. I'm sure it does as you well, Sidney. It's not often we get to have these dedications while a veteran's still with us. So this makes today actually an extra special dedication. To have a man like Sidney be with us and present today is a true honor. And being in the service, you are surrounded by the greatest men and women that America has to offer. And Sidney is truly a great American. I got up here a little early and I was roaming around and I put in some flags, and I was picturing Sidney as a boy running through these hills here and playing war and whatnot. And to think years later you'd be honoring our country. And not one, not two, not three combat deployments. He served in World War II, he served in Korea, and he served in Vietnam. That's an amazing feat in itself. You don't find many veterans. You don't find many veterans blessed to have done that. Sidney grew up here on Francis Street. He's joined here today by his lovely daughters, Carla, Billy, and Glenn and Randy. Yes, I apologize for that. And you know, so many times heroes are honored by the things they've done with a gun in battle. And what caught my surprise, not my surprise, but my eye, was that Sidney did some amazing things, but it wasn't with his weapon. And believe it or not, every soldier that's gone to combat can tell you all we want is peace. We don't want to fight. We don't want to be shot at. We don't want to have to take anyone else's life. We want peace. And there was a situation, there was a severe flood, and Sidney, being a sergeant first class, again, if you've been in the service, you know that he could have very well given an order for someone to go and save the civilians that he so chose to himself. Over a course of hours, he went back and forth through wading water, rushing water that was wiping out a village, and took children and elderly to shore and made sure that they were okay. He also, another time, again, probably could have given the order, where he was attached to a medical unit in a Green Beret. A chopper went down, and the pilot needed to be rescued. And again, Sidney went into the helicopter while it was on fire, put his life on the line. With the helicopter being on fire, he knew time was of the essence. It wasn't 100% secure, meaning that the enemy force was still a threat. Sidney again took his life on the line, again without a weapon, and again was a hero in battle. So it's my honor here today, and the honor of the city of Revere, to present Sidney Rigoff in recognition for your 22 distinguished years of dedication to our nation as both a member of the United States Marines and the U.S. Army. We recognize your service to our nation in World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam. Today we officially honored your courage and sacrifice made by Sidney Rigoff. The certificate is presented by the Mayor of the City of Revere in Massachusetts of the citizens this 21st day of October in the year of our Lord 2017, and of the independence of the United States of America 241st. Sidney, it's my honor to present this to you.
Sidney, right here, please.
Yep. You can hold the thing down.
And today, we also are putting up this dedication for his service, for his dedication to our country. And I'll tell you what really was another special moment in this whole situation. His nephew Dan was relentless.
Come on, Danny.
Relentless.
Danny, go do it with her.
And I'd like to bring him forward, and I'd like to bring our mayor forward as well.
Go ahead. You want me to hold that? I'll take that.
Sidney, today we present you Pulitger's here. Here you go.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank this guy. He's the best.
Thank you.
I just want to say a couple of very quick words too. First of all, thank you everybody for being here today. It's amazing to see everybody, and what a perfect day we've had. To my amazing uncle, thank you very much for everything you've done for your children and my family growing up. And you're so humble, and you've never talked about anything that you ever did to us. I mean, anything that you did during the war, it was all something that we found out about really only like a couple of years ago, right, Glenn? It was, you know. So also, I want to thank Mayor Rigo for being here. Thank you very much. Ira, thank you as well for coming today. It's great to see you. But most of all, to Mark Silvestri for making this happen. You, without, no, but without you, I don't think today would have happened. And we've been in touch constantly for the last like 7 or 8 months. And again, I mean, he made it happen. Wonderful man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I want
Thank you.
to, I want to thank my nephew Danny for, excuse me, for initiating this ceremony, and the mayor and the city officials for coming here. Wow. And all my family and old friends and new friends and just everybody. It's unbelievable on my behalf. And I remember when I moved on Francis Street, I was a little boy, 3, 4, 5 years old. I lived over here at 38 Francis Street. And then when I was old enough, 17, I went in the maritime service and made one trip in the South Pacific, came back immediately and went in the Marine Corps. And I stayed in for 21 years. And my tour of duty was Austria, Germany, Korea, and then finally, Vietnam. And that was, it was an honor. It was an honor and privilege that I served our great country. We made a lot of mistakes, but we're still the greatest country in the world. If we make mistakes, it's up to you people to correct them. That's our freedom. Again, thanks everybody here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to all to actually take a look here. All the flowers and decorations that were done were done by the Rigoff and the extended family. So that's just a special touch they gave us to keep their roots here, literally. Thank you very much for that.
And thank you for my nephew, David, for doing this the last couple of days, making this place look beautiful. Thank you.